Welcome to Pushing Buttons. This is the bi-weekly podcast where we talk about video games and then some other stuff sometimes because we like to derail from the conversation.
Naturally.
All the time.
Hello.
You know, I can't wait till we can do this live, actually. Because when we start being able to do this live is when we start doing a pre-show and a post-show, and then all the stuff that we talk about before and after.
You're talking about a live audience, right?
Yeah.
Like, we sell out an auditorium, there's people, and we can hey, you.
Of course. Yeah, we're going to go to Caroline's on Broadway.
Yep.
And that would be great if we could ever do a live show.
That would be fun.
But no, just like a live Twitch show. That'd be great because all the shit that I talk about Kyle would be, public knowledge rather than just something we laugh about when we start recording.
I'm the troublemaker around here.
He's the crazy one.
Anyway, my name is Kevin.
My name's Robert.
And I'm the troublemaker, Kyle.
It's accurate, yeah.
Settling in nicely.
As you might be able to tell from our background here, from Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Wow.
That's troublemaking
Crazy
right there.
Kyle.
Yeah, see, this is what I'm good at.
About once or twice or more times per episode, we bring up Ubisoft.
Quite a bit.
Sometimes I love them, sometimes I hate
lot.
them. We all have opinions on them, and today we're actually going to be going into some detail about Ubisoft and like all the different games, what we like about them, what we don't like about them. We want your guys' information and input on the conversation as well. That'd be great. You can hit us up on Twitter. You guys don't need to follow us on at Pushing Buttons P. I don't think we're going to be using that one so much
Anymore.
If you want to keep up with us individually, though, I'm at Impulse G66.
I'm at Too Spooky for Robert,
Number
the
two.
number 2 and the number 4.
Monumentous Kyle.
Ooh, you can't say no to that. He's so seductive.
It's great stuff.
Yeah. You can follow us on Twitch. we do still play video games on Twitch every now and then. Twitch.tv/pushingbuttons. It's slowed down a bit, but I've been trying to get back into it.
Real life sucks. Let's put it that way.
We're working a full-time job. We're doing this because we love this, and we love doing the Twitch stuff too, because we just like talking to people about video games.
We do.
It's what we talk about in our downtime. I also love talking about professional wrestling. If you watch me on Twitch, I will talk about professional wrestling as well. But that's neither here nor there. I don't think Ubisoft has done a pro wrestling game.
Not yet, anyway.
Nah.
Open world.
It's in the cards.
So it's an open world game where you'd go from town to town trying to find the toughest pro wrestler, and all I'd be doing is judging their theme music, because that's the most interesting part of a lot of wrestling anymore.
So I think it'd be better if you just go and wrestle random people.
Wrestle?
Wrestle.
You got to wrestle them.
Yeah.
I am Wrestler.
Wrestler.
Remember Wrestler from Dexter's Lab?
I never watched
No, wait. Monkey. You guys don't know it?
I never watched
Randy
Dexter's Lab.
Savage voiced him, man.
I didn't know that.
Oh, shit.
Ooh,
I used to watch a
Yeah,
lot of Dexter's
Wrestler.
Laboratory back in the day, but I don't remember that in particular.
Yeah,
to
it
watch
was
a lot
like
of Randy
the
Savage back in the
spin-off,
day.
the monkey superhero, and he was like
was a
facing.
spin-off?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because Monkey was like his assistant, and then he became a superhero. And he had several episodes, like spin-off episodes, and Wrestler was one of them.
The more you know.
Great
Go
cartoon
back and watch
episode.
Dexter's Laboratory.
But you can't do that at twitch.tv/pushingbuttons. Anything else that we do, though, you can find at pushingbuttonspodcast.com. And
Yes.
before we get to the whole Ubisoft thing of the day, what have you guys been up to the last couple of weeks?
I'll go first because mine's pretty short.
I'm going to dance.
I beat God of War.
Nice.
For me, almost like 2 weeks ago now. I
Amazing.
enjoyed it a lot. It really is a great game. Still not sure if I would have it as my personal game of the year. It would definitely be in the top 3. I mean, for sure.
From last year?
Yeah.
What place would it be?
He said in the top 3.
No, but what place in the top 3? That's important. That's important information.
I don't know.
Are
I
you
didn't
like
give it
comparing
any
that to
serious thought.
Spider-Man and Red Dead 2?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, good company. I have a
Spider-Man's
hard time
good.
naming one thing like the best thing of the year for me because I love each one for a different thing.
That's
so-
why when I was doing the game of the year, like coming up with how we were going to come up with our games of the year for last year, that's why I did it the way that I did. To be
That's
a
the only
cumulative
fair way to
number.
do it, yeah.
Yeah, because I can't really choose one. I had a hard time myself doing that, so giving points to them and tallying up that way kind of made sense.
Yeah. Also, I do want to apologize if my voice is a little off this week. I've been sick for the past week, so sorry, guys.
Yeah, you better.
Especially audio listeners. But yeah, after that,
As opposed to, how else would you listen if not with audio?
on the video. saying audio-only listeners instead of, like, video.
Audio-only,
Yeah, like, if you have your
okay.
headphones on. I'm sorry.
Well, when I watch it on video, I still typically have headphones
Well,
on.
not everyone's you. So anyways, after that,
Mind blown.
the more you know. I booted up Detroit for a little bit. I wanted to start playing that.
Oh
for my
yeah, I
next
forgot
game.
you were playing
I've
that.
forgotten.
Yeah.
The initial first half hour that I played that day,
Oh, okay.
and then I have not played any games the past 2 weeks, except for this past weekend. I did put in Ghost Recon Wildlands again for about an hour because I had just finished Narcos Mexico, the first season, and it got me in a mood for some Narco.
That looks really weird on camera. I was adjusting the soundboard just so you all
Get your hands off me, Kevin.
Yeah.
I was turning Robert up a little bit,
Yeah, you were.
making sure he's turned.
So I played that for about an hour because I was kind of in that, like taking down cartel members kind of mood. And then that's it. I haven't gamed at all. I've just been watching a ton of TV. So, yeah. That's basically it.
Nice. What are you?
I think you should go next. I take too long.
We need a pre-show. What have I been up to? I started watching Letterkenny at Robert's.
I'm good at
recommendation.
recommending shows. So if you ever,
Yeah, specifically to me
Yeah.
because I think Robert understands my tastes more than anybody in life.
Unagi.
At this point, yeah. I've been playing a lot of Far Cry 4, which is the other reason why we are talking about Ubisoft today.
Ubisoft.
I've actually played. I'm about 60% of the way through it now, according to the in-game percentage.
Nice.
How many
At
hours is
respect.
that?
23 or 24.
Very
25.
It's a big time sink for you.
mid-20s,
You don't put a
mid-20s.
lot of hours in the games frequently.
Dude, when I'm playing this game, and I'm going to get into this when we talk about the main topic, I get sucked in.
You do.
I'll explain more later because it's. Yeah, I'll explain more later.
Okay.
Other than that, I did try out Wargroove. Wargroove is fun.
Oh yeah.
I am.
You streamed it.
Yeah, I did. I streamed Far Cry as well.
You did.
But I am terrible at turn-based strategies. Absolutely horrible. It is beyond saving. I just no. Great game though. I really loved the ambiance and the way the story was being told, the levity behind it, and the turn-based everything clicked. Even though I'm terrible at coming up with strategies in a turn-based strategy game, it was very simplistic in how it's designed. It's a very it harkens back, of course, to Advance Wars, like we were talking about on the last episode. Yeah, it's a great game if you like turn-based strategies at all. I highly recommend Wargroove. It's really good. I played High Hell. Was that before the last episode of the podcast?
I think it was. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Oh, it was after we recorded, but before it came out, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. High Hell, a little indie first-person shooter. You can watch the VOD of it on twitch.tv/pushingbuttons, but that's, man, that game's weird. It was, I don't know who developed it, but it was published by Devolver Digital, who, if you've seen any of the games that they publish, you know it's fucking wacky, out there, crazy bullshit. It's great. Wacky, crazy, out there bullshit, I think, should be like the tagline on the back of the box if it wasn't a digital-only game.
or the name of the sequel.
High Hell, wacky, I don't even remember what I said, but yes. I think that's about it. That sounds about right.
Okay.
Yeah. What about you?
I beat Red Dead Redemption 2.
Nice.
Beat the epilogue.
I did.
Nice.
I feel like I'm in
I liked it a lot.
Yeah, just go.
Maybe I should sit on a
I
shorter
finished
chair.
the
eh, guys?
story. I would
many
like to
hours
go
did
into
that
more details, but I feel like I take too long. So I'm going to move on. I
You can
beat.
go into some details.
No, I'm good. I'll save
Well,
it for later.
But what the final the
Okay.
final mission or final
Actually,
two
I like
missions,
this
what did you
better.
think?
Robert, you ask me questions and I'll answer them.
Okay. Well,
You've got questions? He's got
I
answers.
specifically like the spoilers. Do you care?
I don't care.
Okay. Well,
Red Dead Redemption 2 spoilers ahead.
spoilers.
Spoilers.
I don't know. So
Spoilers.
when you're going up the mountain to take out, the guys in the last mission or whatever,
Yep.
there's that moment where you come around the bend of the mountain and the music starts playing.
Yes,
Did you love that moment?
I did.
Yes.
It was fantastic. Good way to end the game.
Thank you. That was the moment I was talking about back when I played about it played it and talked about it. It was a great set piece with the way the music combined with the vista that you just saw and everything.
I think what we should do for the next episode is have like a digestion series of both God of War and Red Dead.
That could be a special.
In the same episode?
Yeah.
Oh, those specific games, not those franchises.
Yeah. I like the sound of that.
Comparing the two?
Well, because they were both like, the top runners for Game of the Year.
Yeah.
And I know ours is God of
two
War.
of them up there.
But now that I've beaten Red Dead, I'm kind of feeling like that should have been Game of the Year instead.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Scandalous.
I know.
We can.
Okay. It's an idea.
Put a pin in it.
Yeah, we'll put a pin in that for now instead of doing this live on.
Okay. Well, you said you wanted more post and pre-chat moments.
This is during, though. It's after
this is during the show.
Yeah.
I thought this was the pre-show.
This is the show.
People watch.
This is the show.
Well, the last week's segment is the pre-show.
No, that's the show. That's the beginning of the show.
Oh, shit.
That's why I say that it needs to be kind of shortened a bit.
Gotcha.
So that the main topic takes up the majority of the show.
Well, still,
bear with us.
We'll put a pin in this for now.
Okay.
Because I do want to talk more about it, but I don't want to take too much time away from the main topic.
How many hours did you put into spitting this sentence out? No, it's Red Dead 2. How many hours did you put into Red Dead 2 by the time you were done with it?
I didn't look.
Oh, darn. Well,
I need to look, though.
Do it now. We'll wait. Go home. We'll wait. We'll just keep recording.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
It's not. I'm kidding.
It's not.
What else did you do?
I beat Mortal Kombat 11.
Oh, wow.
To 10.
To 10.
Sorry,
Kombat
not
12,
11.
10.
11's not out yet.
Mortal Kombat
Mortal
11,
Kombat
12, 10.
10.
What kind of connections do you have?
I beat the story for Mortal Kombat 10.
Nice.
Mortal Kombat has a story?
Yes.
I never knew that.
It's way better than Street Fighter.
I didn't know that had a story either.
And it was a good game. I liked it. It was fun.
GG.
Really good fighting system. I'm not like a pro at it, so yeah. I played
feel like
Super
when I
Smash
talk-
Brothers.
I need to do what you do. Hold the microphone.
Yeah. I just
It's
looked.
the only way you get
Yeah.
people pay attention when you.
There we go.
Whoa.
So whenever
Okay, I'm done. My
Whenever
week's
I used
over.
to do
That's it.
karaoke, I would always like hold the microphone at the top of it and like start talking, like, singing like that, like I'm a rock star.
That's very cool.
I thought it was so cool.
That's so cool.
That's
what
my
you do
week.
in your early 20s.
It's over.
You did more than that.
I did.
You can talk more than that.
Are you
'Cause
sure?
I keep talking. Go for it. Go for it.
I
your
said I
podcast,
played Super Smash Brothers.
Mhm.
I'm halfway through the campaign,
Okay.
which is the World of Light.
It blows my mind.
Really
that
fun
game
game.
has a story.
It's
Yeah.
a long
Me
story.
too.
I put like 20 hours into that so far.
Jesus.
It's long.
That's longer than like a mainline Mario game.
It's huge. There's so many
That blows
fights
my
you can
mind.
do. Because you have to unlock each character one by one,
Yeah.
and there's multiple fights leading up to that character in the overworld map or whatever. And yeah, right now I'm only halfway through it.
Can't get this back to where it... Ow, I just pinched my fingers.
I'm concerned about Kyle falling off the side of the mountain. He's leaning
Mountain?
so far over the edge.
Well, no, I'm trying to.
You're going to fall into that bay over there.
What? There's no mountain over here.
We're on top of a mountain. That's why you can see
Huh?
the bay behind us.
I don't know. What are you talking about?
You're
It's not real. It's an illusion. Like the game, man. We're not in the Animus right now.
Way to break it to them, man. Stay in character.
It's okay. We're still in the Matrix.
We're always in the Matrix.
I took the blue pill a long time ago.
Explains a lot.
What else you got for us, man?
I think that's it.
That's
I'll end it here to make you happy. I won't take too much time. We're done.
When you guys think Ubisoft,
No more.
what are the first things that come to your mind when you think of a game that Ubisoft makes?
Open world towers.
I was going to say open world.
Open worlds, collect-a-thon, randomly repetitive bull crap.
Side activities, collect-a-thon.
So their main franchises as of late have been anything involving Tom Clancy, Assassin's Creed, and Far Cry. They do more.
True.
But those are like that's their bread and butter. Their current trend, and people have called it the Ubification of games, where
Ubification?
Everything's just an open world, bland thing where you go here, collect the stuff, go there, collect the stuff, go here, collect the stuff, open up the next radio, climb the radio tower to open up the next area to go there and collect the stuff, and go there, collect the stuff. It's the same thing over and over. What started that was Assassin's Creed, the first Assassin's Creed game, because it had those towers that you would climb, and it fit in with the continuity of the game, because the theme of being one with the eagle and having the eagle vision and unlocking the map, it all made sense. But then going forward, with Assassin's Creed 2 and especially Brotherhood and Revelations, they found a formula, and then all of a sudden Far Cry 3, The Crew, Ghost Recon. I'm pretty sure the next Splinter Cell game is going to be along the same lines. Maybe not with the radio towers. They've kind of done away with that. But what is it about that formula that is so addictive? Because I can't quite put my finger on it. I love how much... Oh, let me rephrase that. I hate how much I love some Ubisoft games. It doesn't make sense because they're all the same thing, just with different skins, rehashed over and over again. Yeah. And
same gameplay
I get
loops
hooked on them.
Yes.
I've been playing Far Cry 4 for, a week and a half, 2 weeks now?
A little while.
Yeah, and I've already put 25, 26 hours into it. I'm 60% of the way done with it.
Makes me so happy.
It sucks because the story, I think there are a total of 32 campaign missions in that game, and I've done 23 of them.
Whoa.
And all I do is I go to a radio tower, do every outpost, take them all over within the range of that radio tower, do all the missions, do all the collectibles, go to the next radio tower, rinse and repeat. I did that same thing with Assassin's Creed, not Odyssey because I haven't played that, but Assassin's Creed Origins. Did the same thing with Black Flag. Started playing Rogue. Did the same thing in Far Cry 3. Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. It's just...
Never stops. It's never going to stop.
It doesn't even feel like you're making progress. The only progress you get is little story progress in Far Cry and the next gun. How is it fun? I don't get it. I can't wrap my hand around my hand. I can't wrap my head around. I just can't squeeze.
You can squeeze and hold on for dear life.
What is it about that game that appeal those franchises, the Ubisoft franchises that appeal to the two of you? Because I can't comprehend why I get so stuck in these games that I have no personal investment in, no emotional investment in. I don't care what happens to the characters at all.
It's an interesting question. I've never really thought about why I love it so much, but as people who watch us know, I love all the Assassin's Creed games, all the Far Cry games.
Yeah,
I like the formula. I like the familiarity of it. I butchered that word. Sorry.
When you get one of those games, you know exactly what you're getting and what to expect.
Exactly, and see,
I love not knowing what to expect in a game.
Because I'm a bland, boring person in normal life. I'm sorry, I am. So I like
that is baloney, sir.
You got me into Brooklyn Nine-Nine. You got me into Letterkenny. Those are vastly different shows.
True.
It is not true, Robert.
You watch Arrested Development and Game of Thrones.
True.
You watch every movie known to mankind. Well, games you like the run of the mill stuff.
I have seen your Instagram. Okay.
Okay.
You are a funny guy.
You have a random picture of Sammy Davis Jr. in your garage.
Yeah. You got a sombrero.
Yeah.
And swords.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Okay, in my video game life.
Okay.
I'm pretty milquetoast. How about that?
I'll admit to that. I've never heard that phrase before, but
more like burnt toast.
I like crispy toast. I like
burnt toast is good.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you guys?
But
I don't know.
Yeah, so I like
game is burnt toast.
I like that I know what I'm getting myself into, and I like the formula. I like unlocking a new area, feeling like I can digest everything in it before moving on. I like that feeling. When it's just like one big open world, you can go do whatever you want, like open up from the beginning. That always is like a little intimidating to me. I like it when there's stuff that I have to uncover it. So it's like, okay, I just have this area. I do that, and then the next area opens up. It's not as intimidating to me as like I guess God of War was a little bit like that because you have the whole lake opens up, and you can go to any one of these places that you want, and it's like, okay, well, I don't know which one I should go to. I don't know, and I know it's just supposed to be go where you want, but my brain doesn't work like that in video games. I kind of want to be led, I guess, in some ways.
So what about? Oh, damn it, I can't.
You would love the Fable games. In that case,
I could never get into those.
What about a franchise like Elder Scrolls or Fallout? Because those aren't open world in the same sense as. Damn it!
What is going on with your microphone?
Just take it off and just hold it like you were doing.
Yeah, do that.
I have to unplug it to do that.
You know, you could just be.
What about because Skyrim isn't the same?
Yeah.
Isn't the same cookie cutter open world as a Ubisoft game. It's different. It opens up the whole world, and yeah, your main mission points you to the direction you're supposed to go, but you can go anywhere. You can do anything, and you like that game.
I do. I have a harder time. Like in those games, I have a harder time like going out and exploring stuff. I guess because, like I said, it's all open. It's all there, so I don't know where to go. So I just follow the story missions.
Yeah,
and then I just kind of whatever's along the way, I might figure or go over there and find that or do whatever. But I like the Ubisoft model more, which I do love the Elder Scroll games, but yeah.
Don't you wish though that one time you'd play a game from them and it'd be different? Like.
No.
Beyond Good and Evil 2? Yeah.
I have a feeling that's going to be pretty basic cookie cutter Ubisoft.
I don't think so. I think they're going to go full on innovative mode and
I feel like that's
deliver an astounding game.
Ubisoft hasn't innovated anything since I was in high school.
Just Dance.
How many Just Dance games have there been?
No, I'm joking. Like that's the last time they innovated was when they made the first Just Dance.
They had Child of Light
and Laser Tag
and Valiant Hearts. Child of Light and Valiant Hearts. They had a couple people or a smaller.
And Rayman.
They did do Rayman. I don't have faith that Beyond Good and Evil 2 is going to be anything much different. It'll be different, but I don't think it'll be much different than what we're used to with the basic formula of Ubisoft.
There's a lot to be seen. Yeah. Still a lot in the air.
I get what you're talking about, Robert, with that feeling, that satisfaction that you get from collecting all the things before going on, like that sense of completion before going on to the next area. And that's what I hate, because I get that same sense of completion that you do.
I don't like leaving things undone.
I hate that I feel like, based on my play style, that's I'm being forced to do it even though I'm not. With my, I don't have OCD, but it's pretty darn close when it comes to a game like that. If there's something to be done, I'm going to do it before I go on to the next thing. I've always been like that in games, and I hate it because it doesn't feel like I'm playing a video game. It feels like I'm doing work. I'm putting in time to something that doesn't amount to anything. And the argument could be made that video games are that in general.
Well,
I don't feel that way at all. I think that there are more innovative ways to have an open world game. And God of War is a prime example of that. Even Spider-Man, just based on how small the world is, it felt like there was more to do because of how compact it was and the variety of different things there were to do. It did get a little formulaic at some point, and that's just how open world games are. What about you, Kyle? You kind of do the same thing that I do. You wait until there's a game on sale to buy.
I do, usually.
And I've been doing that with Far Cry since Far Cry 4 that I just got.
Yeah, I mean, with the Assassin's Creed games, I mean, I bought those at launch up to Origins, I think. Oh, no, it was the England one. I can't remember the name
Syndicate.
now. Syndicate.
I haven't played that or Unity or Odyssey.
Oh, wait, I didn't play Unity at launch either.
Okay.
The last one I got on launch was 3.
No,
Black Flag. Sorry, Black Flag.
For me, it was 3.
And Black Flag was great.
Yes.
I remember loving the hell out of that.
It's because they innovated.
Yeah.
They took that formula and put it in the sea with a totally different combat style.
They did, yeah. And Syndicate just didn't look very spectacular to me. Neither did Unity.
Yeah.
I wasn't blown away by the co-op. You know, that was what they were promoting at the time for Unity.
Remember that, yeah.
I remember
and I was like, why?
Wanting it so badly. Because I always thought that playing a game like Assassin's Creed, it took me back to when we used to play Rainbow Six together.
Right.
We talked about that on the last episode. Go back and listen to that if you haven't. But in high school, we used to go over to Kyle's place and would play Rainbow Six together.
Yeah.
Because I love that idea that we could plan what we're going to do, like surround a compound or a room or something, plan and plot what we're going to do, and then try to execute it and see it all fall apart and us running around yelling at each other and at the...
More like you yelling at me.
I could see that.
That's probably true. I know I yelled and sang at the NPCs a lot, but I liked the idea of being able to do that in a game like Assassin's Creed, because every Assassin's Creed game up to that point had been a fully focused single-player campaign. But it was so poorly implemented, easy for me to say.
And plus they had the whole
Excuse me.
controversy of the microtransactions.
Also easy for you to say, we're not
God,
drunk,
I
I
can't
promise.
I feel like I am.
It's the end of a long week.
It's been a rough work week
It
again.
really has been. Oh
yeah.
my goodness.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I hate the lack of innovation with Ubisoft, but I love playing the games, and I think it's because I can zone out and not pay attention to what I'm doing. And in Far Cry, the shooting is fun, and in Assassin's Creed, the stealth thing is fun. I think that's what it is that I can get into about it, but I crave innovation. I crave something different. That's why I was talking about High Hell earlier. High Hell is a completely different style of game. You have... Each mission is like 30 seconds to 5 minutes long. You have one mission, one side mission. When you're done, you jump off the edge of the map and you're done with that level and you go on to the next one. It is fucking ridiculous. Also, tagline on the back of the box. If Devolver Digital is looking for someone in marketing, I could up my skills just a little bit, and I think
Your business card does a marketing.
It does, but it shouldn't, because I'm not in marketing at my current job. Yeah, I don't know what to say. It's that every single franchise, every game that Ubisoft comes out with is a game that I'm like, well, I know exactly what I'm getting, so I'm going to wait until it's a price that I'm willing to pay for it. And it's usually about $15 now. But they spend millions and millions of dollars and have like tens of thousands of people involved. If you not tens of thousands literally, but if you ever sit through the credits from a Ubisoft game,
It's a long sit.
there's some that are there
Yeah.
for like 45 minutes that take to go.
Most of it is all the the localization groups for the different languages.
With how many people are involved in the development process of that game. And then you see games like Far Cry use not only the same formula, but the same engine and a lot of the same styles of the graphics and assets from the previous iterations. And they're more like expansions that they're charging $60 for than anything else.
That's one reason why I like that New Dawn is $40 though.
Yeah,
And they're not shy about the fact that we're reusing the same map. It's
Right.
basically just a big expansion because it's a direct continuation of the story.
I think a lot of that though was because of backlash that they got from Primal, because they released that at $60, didn't they?
I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure
I didn't play it till I think a year after it came out.
That's my point. You wait for it to go on sale, and that's
Yes.
when you buy it, because you know exactly. And even Primal changed it up a little bit by adding it, or by putting it into the context of, sticks and stones.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, and
That's
I'm looking
fun.
forward to getting done with 4 so I can play that. I don't know what else to complain about, really. I've played pretty much every Ubisoft game in most of their mainline franchises up to this point.
We all have, I would say, for most of us.
Just about.
I hate how much I want to play Ghost Recon Wildlands. I played
It's a lot of fun.
I played the open
Is that a
trials.
co-op game?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, all their games are multiplayer now.
Well, I know, but I thought this was still like in the age of single player only.
This was after Far Cry 4, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Far Cry
Oh,
4
okay.
is co-op.
Okay.
But
I never played it co-op, but
See, I played the open beta, the trial version of it, for maybe 5 or 6 hours, and I felt like I got everything out of it that I could. And I still want to go back and play it. And I think it was because I played The Division, which was a horrible mistake. I should not have played that game, but...
Yeah, I'm glad I averted that one.
Yeah, well, I only played it because...
The gameplay just did not impress me at all.
Because of the topic of our previous episode of the podcast. I'm if you can't tell now, I'm trying to calm down a little bit. I get a little fired up when talking about Ubisoft.
That's why
you
we
get fired up
chose
about
this
a few
topic.
subjects.
I'm-
That's why we love you.
I didn't do any research into some of the stuff that they do that I'm less thrilled about when it comes to big publishers. It's because they're not the worst at stuff like that. I don't, and I'd like to keep this podcast as positive as possible. Oh, my eyes got so big. Positive.
That's what we appreciate about you.
Is that what you appreciate about me?
Letterkenny.
It's a good show.
It really is.
They hit a formula, though.
Yes.
This is going to sound a little repetitive because now I've hit a formula for this episode. They applied it to a fucking driving game and then made a sequel about that driving game.
That's a good point.
Like, why?
How? How did they
I never played The Crew, but when it was first announced, I was excited about the idea of having a whole map of the U.S. to drive around.
Yeah.
I was like, that's really cool. Drive through all the states.
like forced online only?
Was it?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Well, I was pretty sure they were trying to explain it like it was an MMO. Maybe they changed it before it came out because I played the open beta before that came out.
I don't know, but I remember playing the beta, their demo or whatever, and I didn't like the feel of it at all, so I never picked it up.
Yeah.
But the open world part of it always attracted me to it.
That's probably why like Forza Horizon 4 was like, okay, yeah, I'm totally going to get that because you knew that it was going to be like that open world.
Well, I've been on that game since the beginning, though, that series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've always loved the Horizon games.
Do you, Kyle,
Yes.
think that Ubisoft could change things up for Beyond Good and Evil 2?
Probably not. I don't think they're capable of it.
Wow, you went.
Yeah, you were so positive
You talked
about
me.
it.
You talked me out of it.
15 minutes ago.
I just said I don't think they're going to. I was hoping you would still have kept your argument because I wanted to hear what you think
I
they
think
could.
they will.
And what? You didn't play the first one though, did you?
No.
How do you think it'll be different? I want to know what you guys. How?
There's been a lot of disappointments with Ubisoft.
Yes.
Watch Dogs is one of them.
I can't believe I forgot about Watch Dogs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that game was a total
I still never
Misfire.
played Watch Dogs.
don't.
I played it for like an hour or two. and I
Completely
didn't care
generic
for it.
rip-off of GTA. The hacking system was so poorly designed and implemented because basically you would manipulate the camera,
Yeah.
and as you were driving or making way through like a alleyway or something, like you just have random pop-ups saying hack, hack, hack.
We could probably talk
And
for
then-
an hour just about hacking mini games.
Well,
Oh,
no,
in-
for this you just
in
hold
games.
you hold a button and then it just does it automatically. It's not really hacking.
That's fantastic.
So it kind of just was like, what's the point of this mechanic? When all it did was just, cause disruptions to the chase.
I still do want to play the second one someday, though, because
I've heard it was all right.
Yeah,
but I've
fixed a
heard
lot.
they totally went SJW on it. And
Well,
it's like,
I think that
nah.
was kind of the point of the franchise from the get-go.
Yeah.
They just made the first one seem like... First Watch Dogs kind of felt like to me like they were taking the new Splinter Cell game that was supposed to have been made and after Blacklist and changing it into something new altogether to say, oh, we do have a new IP. We're not just Tom Clancy and
yeah,
Far
It
Cry
wasn't
and
the-
Assassin's
It wasn't the
Creed.
greatest IP.
I don't think it's gonna amount to much. Can they change? I really want.
I'm having difficulty because
Even if you don't think
A
they're
lot
going to
of-
now, what do you think they could change for Beyond Good and Evil 2? How do you think it'd be different?
I feel like the best thing they can do is make it like an expansive, open MMO style game.
That's the problem. Is how can you have an open world and not still have these same collectathon tropes?
Well, no, I was getting there. Games like I don't remember the names now, but like Galactic Civilizations, where a lot of players would get together and form an economy or something.
So Galactic Civilization's a single player.
That's an RTS, but there's like a massively multiplayer game, and I can't remember the name of it, but I feel like they can go that route.
Star Wars Galaxies did that.
Well, it was like a space vessel or like space cruiser simulator.
Okay.
I can't recall the name
There's a few of those.
because I've never
More-
played it.
More recent one.
Yeah,
Um.
it came out I think a year ago.
Oh man.
Is it called like Endless Space or something like that?
Endless Space is another 4X game in
Oh,
the
okay.
style of Galactic Civilizations. No,
I know. I'm terrible with names for games I don't play.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It was one of those like heavily kickstarted games.
Like it's like EVE Online,
yeah,
but basically it's like a smaller, more compact version of that.
and not as spreadsheety
Yes,
as EVE Online.
but it came out. I read a story about it the other day. Like it sounded really cool. Like
God
there was a guy
damn it.
lost in space, and other players like formed this rat pack, fuel pack group or whatever it was called to go rescue him because he jumped too many times and he couldn't get back.
Gotcha.
Because he had no fuel.
I've heard stories.
But it sounded pretty cool.
Let us know what game we're talking about because I know what the fucking game is, but I can't think of the name of it.
I can't recall.
I've heard stories of like from EVE Online, and EVE Online has some of the coolest stories behind it. If you go into like the subreddit and just watching some videos of like these massive battles that cost like billions of in-game credit currency things, whatever the credits are,
Yeah.
whatever the currency is in that game, and just massive amounts of man hours and just amount to nothing. It's so great watching people plan this stuff and watching the build to it,
I need to
and sometimes
check
it
that
turns into nothing. They're really interesting to read some of these stories. It really is.
And I feel like with Beyond Good and Evil 2, it could be to Ubisoft's advantage to shake it up a lot. Instead of relying on their past successes. I think if they take more risks, they'll see more of an audience. Because that game, that first one came out a long time ago.
Yeah,
It was like 2002?
and that was a completely different style of game.
Yeah. It's not
Ubisoft
even
didn't develop
similar
that,
to...
did they? They probably published it, but I'm thinking they didn't develop.
Well, they own the license, so I'm branding it as an Ubisoft game.
Yeah,
I mean, they're making Beyond Good and Evil 2.
yeah. I'm just saying that I don't think
I don't
they
know who
the
developed.
first one.
I don't know who developed it,
I
but
could be wrong. But I don't know.
But I feel like it'd be a great game to keep an eye on in the future. I think that's their one shining star of a new IP, or not new IP, but new
Revitalize that.
revitalization
Yeah.
of an IP.
All right, so I'm going to change this up just a little bit because I do want to talk about, and it is something that goes in line with this because there are trends in video games. Ubisoft has followed trends. That's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Anthem is a copy paste of another trend, which is the online squad based shooter, and that's been a big thing lately. And Anthem has gotten some very middling to bad reviews.
It
I have
has.
seen that.
And its third release date is today, the day that we're recording this.
Yeah,
They
today's
had
the
the
release
bad
date.
you
order
gotta
release
say
date.
that.
They had a spreadsheet. Okay, it's becoming commonplace now for people to have for companies to release spreadsheets based on their pre-orders, and now they have spreadsheets for what day you're gonna actually have access to the fucking
It's
game.
ridiculous.
I saw that. Yeah, it was pretty abysmal.
Like me as a casual person, not caring about the game at all,
Yeah.
I still had no idea what day it actually came out.
That's the point, though.
That's bad.
They're trying to get you to. They're trying to confuse you to the point of just saying, "Okay, I'll get the top of the line one, so I don't miss out on any of this, and I can play it as early as possible." That's what the whole point of that is. But I'm getting off on another rant. I get so angry about these things.
You're very passionate.
You're
a passionate man.
I love video games, and I hate these fuckwads that are making it into just all
Yeah.
about the money, and
There's-
nobody does it for the.
There's been a lot of
Corporations,
disappointments
man.
this month in general.
yeah.
Like
oh God.
Crackdown 3 and
Metro
uh,
Exodus,
Yeah, that being, Epic exclusive. That sucks.
Far Cry New
I have
Dawn.
heard really good things about Metro.
I mean, it sounds like a fantastic game, but that really irked me
I've
when it became Epic exclusive, because I was actually going to pre-order the game the day that they said that it was not going to be on Steam anymore.
Oh.
And I even checked. I'm like, what? And I went to the Steam store page.
Okay,
And
so
it was-
that makes more sense why you're so upset. We've been talking
Yeah.
about this behind the scenes, and I don't understand. I see why it's a problem because they said it was going to be on Steam,
Yes.
and then they said it wasn't going to be.
I was
Now
actually
get-
getting excited for it.
I get why you're so upset now because you were
Yeah.
going to pre-order it that day, and that's when they said that it wasn't going to be available on Steam anymore.
it was bullshit.
I think
Yeah.
that Epic is making really, really good moves to make an incentive for people to jump to their platform and to have their platform available, because you don't have to choose one or the other. You can have both platforms. It's okay to download two pieces of fucking software. People can download iTunes and Spotify. They can go to Pandora. I mean, you have Netflix, you have Hulu, you have Amazon Prime. A lot of people still have cable for some reason. There's, it's okay to have competition.
It is, but at the same time, I know as a consumer, my money's better spent on a Steam, purchase.
Valve gets more money though, instead of the people that are making the game getting more money, so that they can put it back into development of that game and make the game better or make another sequel to it.
That may be true, but I'd rather have my money go to Steam making something than Epic Games
Valve doesn't make anything.
You just said they made 30%.
They make money. They don't do anything extra with that money. They just hoard the money. That's what that is.
They hoard the money.
They get money so that they can keep making more money. That's what a corporation does, man. They hoard the money. They just keep it. They don't put it into
I'd rather Steam get bigger than Epic Games launcher getting bigger.
I totally disagree. 100%.
I don't want Epic
100%. I don't like Epic's games. I'm not a fan of any of their games. I'm a fan of having competition for major platforms. I think I've said this before. I wish YouTube had a contender to the level that this platform allows us to be accessible to anybody.
Yeah, but it's not a true exclusive. It's a timed exclusive. It's going to be on Steam in a year.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's ridiculous.
Competition breeds innovation.
It really
there is
does.
no innovation happening, though. It's just Epic being,
Listen, though, what they're doing is making... I'm not going to say that you're wrong. I'm saying I disagree, and I'm going to tell you why I disagree.
Okay.
If people are jumping to Epic right now because the developers or publishers are making more money selling their product on the Epic storefront, it's going to force Valve at some point, maybe not right away, but at some point to look at how much money they're taking and then lower their own cut, and less people will be doing these timed exclusives because it'll just make the marketplace better for developers and then customers. I'm hoping.
In this particular case, I think it's more upsetting to the customer.
I think with this particular case, I do agree.
Yes, because of the way they undercut all of those people.
With this particular
they lost a lot of sales because of it, I'm sure.
Well, yeah, if you announce that you're going to release a game on a platform, you should release the game on the platform.
I mean, they did it with barely any notice that they were going to do it. Yeah. They just did it the same day.
I get that, and
it was like, wow. That was really shocking from their point of view.
I'll hand it to you. Yes, Metro Exodus should have been on Steam the day they said it was going to be, when they allowed it on Steam for pre-orders to begin with. Even though those people that pre-ordered it got it on Steam and will get all the updates and expansions as they release also on Steam, the people that didn't yet get it getting screwed out of that.
Yeah.
But you have a PlayStation, you have a Switch, you have an Xbox.
Yeah.
It's the console exclusives are the same thing.
Well, each console has different levels of exclusives.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's not supposed to be the case. They're supposed to have their own exclusives because that's what the consoles are built around. But
this is just like a launcher for PC. It's a platform for PC games.
Yeah, and a console is a platform for console games.
But Steam is a much better platform than Epic Game Launcher.
It might be more user-friendly right now because of how new Epic Game Launcher is.
Well, they're way behind Steam in delivering a similar experience.
Oh, they've got 15 years heads up on Epic.
Well, yeah, but I just feel like Steam is a much better platform.
It is for right now, absolutely.
In my opinion.
But if anybody's looking for a new indie game, which I do a lot, I can't find them on Steam anymore because there's millions of them. There are 12 to 30 games a day that release on Steam, and you can't keep up with that. Whereas Epic, as of right now, and this is my number one problem with Steam, is that they don't curate anything themselves. They just allow anything that is anything to be on their platform, unless it's, as they put it, actually trolling or illegal. If it's a troll game, a fake game, as they call it, or something that's breaking a copyright law, then they won't allow it on their platform. But anything else is just up for grabs. There's no curation. That's why indie games right now that are releasing on the Nintendo Switch are having such high sales numbers specifically on Switch compared to Steam, because there's no visibility on that platform. There's too much crap on it. And if there's money behind this Epic storefront, it'll force Steam to look at what Epic is doing and how it's better for the customer at the end of it to have a curated store that they can find good, actually intended to be sold to the public products, rather than games that are just meant to be farmed for the collectibles, like the trading cards that drop in.
Right.
Yeah, that whole.
I mean, not all of Steam's great, but I just feel like there's a lot of features that Steam has that Epic needs to find a way to incorporate into their own launcher.
Yeah.
Before I consider using it.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying that you have to jump ship or like try to get everything that you have on Steam to be on Epic. I just think that I don't see why there's a problem with having more than one.
Well, I just feel like, as a consumer anyway, like I trust Steam as a user of it.
And you're allowed to do that, and you can...
Like Origin, I don't trust that at all.
I hate EA. I hate EA.
And Ubisoft, Origin, you need to have the
but
launcher. You need the Ubisoft launcher to play Ubisoft games.
Even if you buy them on Steam, which is dog shit.
It is.
It's dog shit. That's
Makes
why
no
I
sense.
just choose to buy them on the Ubisoft, on Uplay, which is probably what their end game was anyway.
I think a lot of it has to do with digital, like it being digital.
Yeah, it's DRM.
It's not physical.
Yeah.
If it's physical, then
Let's get physical.
I can see like Robert has a really good collection of Xbox One and PS4 games.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, you can appreciate your collection more if you could see it.
I do.
But if it's digital, it could just disappear one day.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know what happened to it.
Absolutely.
So why don't you get Metro Exodus on Xbox or PS4?
Because I own a PC, and I've only played that series on PC.
Oh, I thought you were about to make me happy with your PC Master Race.
I was...
I thought you were going that direction with it. I was going to get really happy.
No, I just love Metro on PC. It looks phenomenal. Like, it's a night and day difference. Like, I played Metro 2033 on Xbox 360, and that was my first exposure to the game. And I played it on PC, replaying it when Last Light was about to come out, and I was blown away by how good that looked. And this was before they released the Redux versions. I was like, holy crap, this is like a totally different game. Because there's so many intricate details that flourish in the game that make it more immersive. But that's just my personal preference.
The Metro 2033, the lighting in that game can make all the difference in the ambiance. It can make like fully suck you into that game, because it's all about the creepy dark tunnels and the kind of the claustrophobic feeling of it. I think that was what a lot of people that gave middling to negative reviews on Exodus was about. It was a lot of open world stuff, not open world, but a lot of open space.
Well, yeah, it's different, but at the same time, it got a lot of decent scores.
Oh yeah, and I'm glad that they're not just sticking with the same old, because that's exactly what I was complaining about Ubisoft doing. Yeah.
Speaking of Ubisoft,
oh, my neck just popped. I'm sorry. Wow, that probably grossed you guys out. Oh, it felt really good to me though.
I bet it did.
Speaking of Ubisoft,
should we get back on the main topic?
I'm done talking about them. Except the Uplay launcher sucks. I kind of want to keep talking about the Epic Game Store, at least while we wrap this episode.
I think
up.
that's what the real main topic is. Maybe we should just.
I think it was a dual topic.
Yeah, I was going to say we probably need to change the name of the episode.
Yeah, we can do that.
Evolved.
We can do that. But on my computer right now, I have Steam. I have the Epic Game Store. I have the Bethesda launcher. I have Good Old Games, GOG Galaxy. I had Desura before they shut down. Origin. What other ones are there? There are a ton of them. And yeah, I was getting upset by them all, like each publisher having their own thing that you could only exclusively get their games on. But honestly, if they're selling more than their own stuff on it, and they're competitive with Steam, especially a company like CD Projekt Red with Good Old Games, because GOG is great. GOG, what they started out doing was fantastic. They would take old games that wouldn't run on modern machinery and upgrade them to run on modern PCs, which was fantastic. And they were all DRM free, so you could download all of those install files, keep them forever, never have to worry about your game being taken away for being pirated because it didn't have a layer of de novo, or it didn't have Steam DRM or Uplay or Origin or whatever. Mm-hmm. And now you can get all those games in a launcher and not have to worry about downloading the install files and keeping them, because I at one point had like on my external hard drive, I had a folder for just GOG install files of all the games that I had bought there, and it was like probably 50 gigabytes worth of just install files. Now I don't have to do that because they have their own launcher. I think that innovation and competition is good for the entire market. It's good for consumers to have more than one option.
I think we're at a good balance with the consoles.
What do you mean?
With PS4 and Xbox and Nintendo Switch.
The fact that Sony and Nintendo have really good...
I mean, they all
exclusives?
offer pretty decent exclusives. I mean,
For
Robert
what
would probably be able to attest to Xbox One's exclusives with Forza and Halo and Gears. And
That's a good point, though. You're not mad that you can't get Halo on PlayStation, are you?
No.
Or that you can't get Mario on your Xbox?
Nope.
because Robert doesn't play those games, right?
I would play Mario if I had. A
Oh,
Switch.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you didn't care
Remember,
about Mario.
I wanted to Switch so bad when Odyssey came out and Breath of the Wild. And,
yeah.
That's right.
No, I like having certain franchises and things on different consoles. I feel like if they were all every game on every console, why would I need a PlayStation and an Xbox? I wouldn't. I would just need one.
Yeah.
I like having exclusives for both, so I can have both and have like, this is my my racing first person shooter, whatever. Here's my good story driven adventure games. I like having the two separate ones and feeling like they both offer something.
Yeah,
It helps with the identity of the console. I think it helps a lot with that.
when we were talking, I just thought of this. I'm going to make you eat some words of yours.
Okay.
Yeah.
When
That's
we
what
were
I'm here
talking about microtransactions and time savers,
Yeah.
you said it was an option for the player.
Correct.
And you said options for the player are good.
They are.
Power
Epic
to the
Storefront is another option for
Maybe
people to buy stuff on.
maybe I'm just a Steam fanboy.
That's
There it
perfectly
is.
logical.
There it
That's a
is.
legitimate argument. You can be a fanboy of something, and that is
Yeah.
absolutely 100%
I
your
mean,
prerogative. I'm not gonna mock
I
you
still
for it.
believe that Half-Life 3 is going to come one day, even though it's been pretty much shit
confirm
canned.
that it's dead.
It's shit canned. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a little part of me, like prays and hopes that this will become a reality.
You're
that
completely.
that we actually live in the best timeline. I really hope one day.
I think a worse timeline would be Half-Life 3 came out and everybody was disappointed by it because it didn't live up to this 17-year hype. or
that's
whatever.
Duke Nukem Forever, though.
Exactly, and that's exactly
Yeah.
what Half-Life 3 would be if it ever came out.
But no, this is
Would
Valve.
be Half-Life Forever.
I mean, they make so much money from all these developers that they're ripping off, according to you.
I'm not saying they're ripping them off. I never once even insinuated they were ripping them off.
I just feel like if that were to actually come to fruition, it would be worth the wait. One day.
I think what would happen before that is they would reboot Half-Life. Because that's the trend.
Reboot Half-Life?
After 10 years...
They wouldn't do that.
After 10... Well, no, they wouldn't make Half-Life 3, though, either. After 10 years of inactivity, they're just going to reboot the franchise. Beyond Good and Evil 2 is essentially a reboot of the franchise in my eyes. It's a prequel, but in my eyes, it's kind of a reboot because it's
Kind of. Yeah.
not the same style of game anymore.
No. And
They're
the
not
protagonist is now the antagonist.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're retconning anything from the original game, which would be a reboot if they did. But I don't think Half-Life 3 should come at this point. It's been too long. If it comes, it'd be a totally different game.
It'll be a mobile game.
That would be the worst timeline.
No, it'd be a battle royale. That's the current
Yeah.
trend. That's the current trend.
Oh, I forgot to mention something on my last week's segment.
Oh, what's up?
I played Tetris 99.
Nice. I don't have the Switch Online
Yeah.
thing.
I had to keep it short, so I couldn't mention it.
You could. We love flicking each other's shit.
Yeah.
I gotta say,
And
though,
Robert
it's the
loves it,
first
too.
battle royale game that I actually enjoy playing.
It is more or less a battle royale.
I even played
It's Tetris
Apex
Royale.
Legends, and I hated it.
I still haven't played it. I installed it a while back.
Yeah, it was not worth the time or...
But you played with randos,
The investment,
right? You
yeah.
didn't play with me.
Well, I'm waiting.
Randos.
Let's suit up.
All right.
Okay.
I've got it. We can stream it
Twitch.
this weekend, which is,
Yeah,
In
we'll
the
we'll be
past.
lost in the sea of swarms of people.
the Sea of Swarms.
Sea of swarms of people.
I think that's the screenshot. Every time I say that, I can't find that ever again because it's so short. Well, I don't have a timer.
Tetris 99.
I have no idea how long we've been recording.
Okay, first of all, it's got the best online fee. $20 for a year, which is a steal.
But there's not much you can do with that for right now.
Not technically a steal, because that would imply it's free. It's not.
No, that would imply that it costs $20, but you're getting it for free. That would be a steal.
You're technically getting the game for free.
Yes, you are
because you're online playing Smash Brothers, which I also did, and that didn't work out so well.
I don't own a single game on Switch that has online capabilities yet.
Yeah. Smash is the only one, and it was super laggy and
I want to play Tetris 99. I've been watching it on Twitch.
But it was fun. I liked it a lot. Maybe I'll stream it for you.
Have you seen this?
I haven't watched any.
Oh my god! So
I'll probably
hate
stream
normal
it.
Tetris,
I have no. I do too. I've always hated Tetris, even though I was defending it as one of the best games of all time.
I remember that
vividly.
Yes.
Because it's one of the best-selling games of all time.
You better be careful.
Reiterated upon games.
The L block is my founding father.
That's right. Man, just go back and watch all of our episodes. They're gold.
We have some good ones.
Some good ones.
Man, I had no interest in Tetris, and then I watched one guy play one round, and I'm like, okay, this is my new fixation when I'm on
It gets crazy, because you can choose who you attack, right?
Yeah, you can choose to attack randoms.
So I started playing, going
for KOs.
10 people targeted me. I was like, oh shit! I was losing it, man. It's
that's
scary.
What Kyle says on stream.
You got these. You think you're being a badass. You're like, oh yeah, this fits perfect. Yeah, and then out of nowhere, you get these 5 lines added to the bottom of your screen. You're like, fuck. And you're just like scrambling to get it done, and of course you get that one block that's always in the fucking way, and you can't make the line go down straight and clear 4 at once.
Yeah, whenever you have
and it's
room
like, God,
for the just a regular block, that's always when you get a fucking square.
Yeah, and that happened to me.
Oh man,
I was mortified.
Blow it out your
stream
ass.
that. If you had a way to stream that,
I do have a way to stream it.
Yeah,
you can stream.
I got the technology, bro.
If he can stream from his Xbox, then he can stream from his Switch.
I would love to watch that.
I mean, we could do that, Robert.
Dude, stream it.
You could come over.
Well,
or you could try to stream it.
You're like, nah.
Yeah. I said watch, not play.
It'd be fun to watch you play that.
I have principles.
Where are they?
Not playing Tetris.
Wow.
I take offense to that as a founding son.
That's fine.
As a founding, is that a thing?
I
of the L block movement. My leader. How dare you?
L for life.
L block.
But seriously, play Tetris 99. You'll have fun.
You know, I've actually been wanting to get Tetris Effect on the PlayStation.
Fun. Oh, I heard that was good.
Yeah, especially if you have VR.
I
don't have PSVR, but I kind of want PSVR just to play a Tetris game.
Yes.
That is how awesome life is right now. I want a VR headset for the PlayStation so I can play Tetris Effect.
I want to play Resident Evil 7 in VR, dude.
Could you imagine if you didn't need the controller to play Tetris Effect in VR, but instead you actually grab the block with your hand and twisted it and put it where you want it?
I'm waiting till VR is like the
holodeck. Yeah. I think
that's when I'll get invested.
Yeah,
that already happened. It's called the Kinect.
Oh yeah, didn't you see how awesome the Kinect works? It's streamlined and it's integral to the success.
Han Solo. You didn't play Star Wars Dance Off?
Star Wars Kinect?
Yeah.
That wasn't was that Ubisoft?
That was an Ubisoft game.
Of course.
Oh man, I'm glad that EA has the license.
I don't know if that's true. Fact check me.
I don't know if it's true either, but
I doubt it is.
Yell at us on Twitter if it's not.
Yeah.
Was that before EA got the license?
EA's had the license for 6 years, 7 years.
I was gonna say I think it was since
it's
Disney
2013.
bought
Yeah.
Lucasfilm. So yeah, 2013.
Yeah, so for 6 years, and that came out with the original iteration of the Kinect on the Xbox 360.
That was a launch title for it,
which was back in
2011.
I think so. Yeah, around there.
Yeah.
So Anyway,
Time
Ubisoft
flies.
needs to come up with something new. Epic storefront is okay or no way, depending on your view.
No way.
Star Wars Connect was terrible.
And Tetris is fun.
You know, twitch.tv/pushing buttons. You should follow us there because we play games on there, and
Sometimes.
we play games on there sometimes.
As much as we can.
And he joins in on chat
Sometimes.
as
much as he can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've been making a point to stream more, and I want some input on what games to play, because I'll just sit there and play Far Cry 4 for like 7 years before...
Just play Tetris.
I don't have it.
Sign up for it.
Figure it out.
Figure it out. Anyway, figure out how to follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/pushingbuttons.
Nice.
Subscribe. However you're listening to this podcast, there's some buttons down there you can click.
Yeah.
Click the heart or the like button, thumbs up or whatever, or thumbs down or unheart or whatever. Just some feedback.
We need
would be
feedback because
fantastic.
apparently we need some.
We'll talk to nobody for hours and love it. But some feedback on how to better affect your lives would be...
What do you want to see from us?
Yeah. Want us to see us dance more or less? We could stop dancing altogether. Anyway, thank you for listening. Click the like, subscribe, share buttons. Share. That's the important one. If you liked us, please let our joy
Spread the good word.
become everybody's joy.
Push someone's buttons today.
That's a great slogan.
Thank you.
Whoa! Push someone's buttons.
We are the
today.
Pushing Buttons podcast. No, we're just pushing buttons. We're rebranding, even though all of our branding has been what we're rebranding to from the get-go. Anyway, thank you for listening to this podcast. We don't know what we're talking about next time, but we're going to talk about like 17 different things.
Well, we had an idea, but we put a pin in that.
We're putting pins in everything because we started off talking about Ubisoft and finished off by talking about Tetris this time.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was cool.
That's the great thing about this format.
I like that better.
That's the great thing about this format.
I like the stuff that just spontaneously happens. I like that a lot more.
This podcast.
Gold, Jerry.
Yes.
Gold.
Do you like it? Let us know. Feedback.
PushingButtonsPodcast.com. Thank you for listening to this podcast. However you're listening to it, we will see you next time.
Bye.
Adios.
Love you.